actually really handy for spotting the
friend Una that I shoot with, she has a smoker. We've smoked a lot of, I kind of have my staples with, I've been cooking venison for a long time, so I kind of have a thing that I do.
Our primary objective was to land and return men safely from the moon. Apollo 12 has somewhat different objectives, but an extension of this, shall I say. We do want to perform phenological inspection, survey, and sampling in the Mare area. This is a different Mare area. On this mission, we will deploy
of the near side. Should Pete Conrad and Alan Beam manage to land within walking distance of Surveyor 3, a secondary objective will be to pay a visit to the unmanned spacecraft and retrieve portions of it for return to Earth. Apollo 12 is pushing the envelope of manned lunar exploration.
Well aware, later missions will take us to spots that require a pinpoint accuracy. We do hope to develop our techniques on this mission that will lead us to perhaps further development on the next mission, leading us to getting the capability of landing at some very tight, difficult spots. We want to continue to develop man's capability to work in the lunar environment. And on this mission, one of our objectives is to obtain photographs of candidate exploration sites. On the Apollo 11 mission, ground control gave them a 60-second warning and a 30-second warning.
Now, it's my expectation that we're going to have something on our flight, 2 or 3 things we've had them on every flight, where...
T-minus 40 seconds and counting. The spacecraft command is now performing its final function, pressing a button to align the guidance and control system of the spacecraft. Coming up on clear. Mark, T-minus 30 seconds and counting. T-minus...
important phase was when they were leaving the command module. The LEM actually didn't know where it was pointing. Alignment of the guidance reference was normally down using star.
All down to the ground. Let's then do the map. Came back in and put it in. So we did get a platform alignment, and that was our first milestone. Once the guidance parameters are logged in their lunar module's navigation system, the command module is powered down to preserve precious re-entry maps. They snap back to Earth without the need for further propulsion. The advantage of this trajectory is that in the event of a systems failure on board the Sputnik, it is now vital that Apollo 13 maneuvers back onto the free return trajectory to make use of the moon's gravity and slingshot back towards the Earth. Failure to get back on the free return will see the crew locked in lunar orbit, adding greater strain on the already limited consumables. But with the condition of the service module and its large propulsion engine uncertain, NASA is left with no option but to use the lunar module's smaller descent engine to fire the spacecraft. On July 20th, 1969, Apollo 11 astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first men to set foot upon the moon. It was 1969. And in April 1970, NASA launched the crew of Apollo 13 into the vast ocean of space to continue manned lunar.
Could get down to, and after completing its power down, it settled down on consuming about 11 amps an hour.
The lunar module, one of the most sophisticated machines ever built, is now running on less power than a household vacuum cleaner.
This is Apollo Control at 82 hours 30 minutes. The lunar module has been powered down on board the spacecraft. All three crewmen are scheduled to be eating at this time.
In a strange way, the uniqueness of Apollo 13 came to our aid again, because this was the first mission to carry actually a level of wet pack food. So, being unable to use drinking water because water was so scarce, they could actually suck moisture out of the wet pack foods to get water and electrolytes, which the body desperately needs in order to maintain the mental faculties. And mental faculties were needed pretty sharp for the crew under those appalling conditions.
With Apollo 13 speeding back towards the Earth, the crew can at last afford to catch up on some much-needed sleep.
Of course, in the early periods of this particular flight, we didn't want to sleep too much. We were sort of worried of what was going to go on. But I went into the command module one time to go to sleep, and Jack was on top of the couch and said, "Jack, put up all the window shades."
Well, the wind is back again. I think my tie-outs have stretched a little bit during the night, just a little bit, and the canopy is kind of flapping around. Oh, still loads of stars. I've no star lapses tonight because I forgot the Hero 11 and it does the star lapses. There's been plenty of stars though. One of the things from kayaking, one of the things that's slightly alarming about a wind is the frequency change. So, say if it comes every hour, and then it comes every half hour, and then there's a little gust every 10 minutes. My experience with that type of wind is that eventually it's going to just turn on all the time. Now, maybe not the gust speed, but maybe something around half the gust speed is going to come on all the time. So that's what's just woke me up now. I'm not sure what time it is. I'm looking for my glasses. And what I'll do is I'll just stay awake. I don't have to get onto a kayak and kayak home. It's 6:30 in the morning. I've just had dreams of packing up and being on the way home. I've had some crazy dreams. I've had some really nice dreams here, actually. Oh, there's a chill in the air right there. Let's look at what we're getting inside the tent anyway. We're getting 6 degrees inside the tent. We just popped that out there. Because it's a lot warmer in here. There was a tiny bit of frost last night, but nothing too crazy. Here it comes again. Here comes the wind again. Different direction. So yeah, if you heard that when you were kayaking, yeah, you just have to experience it once. On an island. Maybe you don't need to experience it at all. Maybe you could just trust somebody. Maybe that's what stories are about. Is that you get to know what it was like to hear a wind like that come every few minutes, and knowing what's coming. And by the time I packed up my tent, packed my kayak, and got ready to leave Inchigill, there was a full 10 knot headwind leaving Inchigill. 4,000 meters, 49 minutes. Here it is again. As you can see, this is this frequency. So I'll tell you what, we'll just see. We'll see if it happens like it did on Inchigill. Yeah. I'll never forget turning the corner. There's like a little peninsula of land on the island. And I'll never forget with that heavy kayak turning the corner. And just looking to my left, seeing the waves, looking to the right and seeing this band of dark water. And the band of dark water is this disturbance in the waves, in the water, and the disturbance is wind. But yeah, and then turning into the waves and the waves hitting the boat. Like 3 waves every second. And it's like trying to break through little tiny brick walls. I remember feeling like that. But it was constant. It was just like get home. get to the mainland. Anyway, that's what that wind reminds me of. It may come again. And that's why I'm sitting up, listening for it.